All right, Dr. Yalda, can you please, I just said that so seriously, Dr. Yalda, can you please kick things off for us by explaining what on earth a collagen stimulator is and how does it work?
Very good question. A collagen stimulator is actually an umbrella term. It's a term that's being thrown around everywhere. But I think it's important to kind of discuss what that entails. It could be as simple as your skincare. Some skincare can stimulate collagen.
How?
Well, when you use peptides, retinoids, vitamin C. So there are lots of evidence to suggest that skincare can stimulate collagen.
Because it's promoting that cell turnover?
Absolutely. And also some ingredients can penetrate to the middle layer of the skin, the dermis, and that's where our fibroblasts, the cells that are essentially responsible for making our collagen and elastin live, and it can kind of wake them up. Fibroblasts are really important when it comes to collagen stimulation. But yeah, so the variety of treatments that falls under this is quite big.
And for anyone playing along at home, I mean, I'm sure that most UBs are aware, but if someone is like, but why? Why are we looking for more collagen or why are we trying to stimulate it? We could use your 6-month-old baby as a good example.
Absolutely.
With that perfect skin.
Exactly. So his skin at the moment is very plump, and that's because it's perfect, it's plump, it's soft, it's constantly regenerating itself. It's daily, sometimes even hourly. When you're reaching your 20s and your 30s, your cell turnover is so slow compared to when you were a baby, and that's why we get the skin changes. And then also it's important to note that from your mid-20s, unfortunately, we lose collagen. It's a downward trajectory, basically.
A downward spiral.
Exactly. And look, it comes with the joy of being alive. I don't want to put like a negative onto this. Aging is a privilege.
And it comes with the joy of not giving a, you know what, like as you get older, yes, you might not have as much collagen, but you actually don't care.
Yeah, and also like you've lived life, you've got experiences instead of it. But yeah, this is why people are talking about it, because as we lose collagen, your skin is not as firm, as plump, and then those fine lines and wrinkles are more noticeable. So that's why people are going towards these treatments.
So let's just say that someone is looking for some sort of a collagen stimulator. Before we get into the technical stuff, walk me through what the experience would look like. Like, what does someone actually go through when they walk into the door to walking back out?
So most of my patients, they will require a consultation to begin with. If someone is completely new to cosmetic treatments, I don't really think it's the right thing to do to treat them on the same day. They're kind of bombarded with so much information in the consult that they kind of need a bit of time to go away, think about it, think about whether that's the right treatment that we've recommended. The pricing is also really important. And also the other thing is that because we can't show our work online in terms of like before and afters, I kind of find that it's a bit strange. You can't, like, the patient can ask for a portfolio and you can show them in the room, but it puts them like on the spot and you kind of like, hey, do you want me to kind of,
So do you want me to come at you and it
treat
could
you?
cost an awful lot of money?
It's a bit intimidating. They've just met you, they've seen your work, they've got all of this information, and it's better for them to go away, think about it, make sure you're the right practitioner for them, make sure they're happy to spend that money, and then come back. So if a patient walks through the door, depending on what age they are, we would sit with them, look at what their concerns are. You can't address all concerns with all treatments, so kind of prioritizing the concerns based on their budget, coming up with a treatment plan. Most of these treatment plans will have a course, like it's not really a one-off, making sure that they're happy with the maintenance program as well. And then if they're happy, they would book another appointment for the actual treatment. And then that's really where the relationship starts from. It's a relationship. I would hate to say that it's, you come and see me once and then you're really happy for 10 years. Unfortunately, that doesn't even happen with surgery.
No.
So it's a relationship. I guess that initial consult is really important, both for the patient and the practitioner, to kind of make sure that they gel.
Yeah, you don't want someone that is going to be coming to you all the time and whinging about every single thing. And no, you want a good patient as well.
Sure thing.
I'm like, and I always talk about, you touched on it's not just a one-off thing, that if someone has got some money to spend and they're thinking about going and getting a facial treatment or a facial or whatnot, I'm always like, just go and buy 1 to 2 really good serums because you're going to get more benefits out of that than just like a random one-off. It's like going to the gym once. Like
For sure. I kind of talk about it in terms of tiers, right? You got to make sure that your home stuff is you've got it down to a T. Your skincare, whether you want an LED light, you've got a really good lifestyle in terms of exercising and not smoking and UV protection and eating enough protein. So you got to make sure that that's kind of at least like vaguely healthy. And then
Rather than someone that uses soap, no sunscreen,
like
smokes a pack, and then they're like, please help.
Exactly. And I think just touching upon that as well, in terms of collagen production, your body cannot make collagen from thin air. Like your body's making that collagen. So you have to fuel it. So you got to have enough protein intake.
Is that why we have protein?
Well, you need protein because of just like the building blocks of life, your little amino acids,
I always I'm a dietitian's worst nightmare because I'm a vegetarian that hates most.
Protein powder?
Hate it. I do not like most protein.
But it's really
so
important
gross.
if you want collagen induction treatments. Like whatever the treatment is, whether it's like a device or an in-clinic treatment or a skincare, it can only do what you kind of allowing your body to do. So you need to
Okay, I think you're the first person that's actually convinced me.
Yeah,
purely for the skin. I'm always
purely for the skin.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like people will be like, oh, don't you have no energy? I'm like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, my skin?
My skin. It's important. Let me have my protein.
What trends are you seeing in this type of treatment? So are people asking for it or you sort of telling people about it? Because that's the thing where it's like no one can really talk about these things. So is it word of mouth? And are a lot of different age groups coming in?
So this is just based on my experience and in my clinic. I find that the younger patients, and by younger, I mean 25 to 35, are really clued on. Clued on, right? And fortunately or unfortunately, there are lots of videos from other countries where they can talk about these treatments. So they've done their research a little bit and they come to me and they're like, hey, I'm thinking about XYZ treatment. What do you think? And we can talk about it. Whereas I think 35 upwards, it's usually me recommending it based on their concerns. So I think in terms of the trends, it's hard to say because every now and then there's a new device, there's a new product, and then it gets a bit of a hype. What may work for you may not work for your friend.
Yeah.
Because it's really depending on your body and all of these collagen induction treatments. Your collagen can be stimulated through different pathways.
And does it also depend on the treatment, how often you would need to go in to see results? Like are most people seeing you, most of your patients seeing you a couple of times a year or once a month?
So in terms of like treatments, yes, very rarely would you just need like a one-off. It's usually at least a course of 2 to 6.
Yes, okay, which is good for people to keep in mind.
Yeah, and also like depending on the treatment modality that you choose, got to make sure that you can kind of follow the whole course through.
And then have a good skincare routine, obviously, at home on the way through, because otherwise,
and
eat enough protein.
Yep, there you go.
Let's be clear, none of these collagen stimulators are going to replace a facelift. What are realistic limitations or expectations that people could have?
Funnily, people who have had facelifts, my patients, they need a lot more of these treatments.
Really?
Yeah. Look, a facelift.
Well, they've got less skin. Well, maybe that's why.
It does nothing for your skin. A facelift does nothing for your skin.
But like, doesn't it pull it?
Okay, let's look at Christiana, right? She has been, in the news quite a lot about how amazing she looked post her facelift. And then over the last couple of weeks, everyone's like, oh my God, have you seen updated photos of her? She doesn't look as good.
Yeah. I've missed this update.
Yeah.
Or was it just that she stopped? Was it less filtered photos?
No, I think it's because obviously initially when you have a facelift, there's a lot of inflammation. So your skin is really tight and it just drops.
Yeah. So
also the facelift does nothing for the actual skin quality. So once that inflammation is dropped, that skin crepiness can come back in. So unfortunately, collagen induction treatments target the skin specifically. So anyone who has had a facelift, they kind of got to continue having these treatments. And often I find that because they're desperate for the treatment to look quite natural and in keeping with the rest of their body as well, then I'm doing collagen induction treatments on their neck, on their décolletage,
on their hands.
So it's kind of like never ending.
What's the strangest place someone's asked for collagen induction? Knees.
Yeah.
Actually, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Knees can get a little bit crimpy.
Yeah, crinkly.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially people that play sports and stuff and they're quite conscious of it. Knees.
Elbows, I wonder. I've always had awful elbows.
Yeah, I've not done many elbows, but I've done more
Well,
knees than
maybe you'll
elbows.
see me
May-
soon. I'll
maybe
be
I
like,
can
can
treat
I have
elbows."
some collagen in my elbows, please?
But yeah, unfortunately, like a facelift and these collagen induction treatments are completely different
Yeah.
treatment modalities. You can't even,
Put them,
no.
just because you've had a facelift doesn't mean like it's the same skin.
It's the same skin.
Mm.
Sure, some of it's been chopped off and pulled in certain
Ooh.
places, but it is the same skin, like especially like under the eyes, your neck, the thinner parts of your face and neck.
How long until people start seeing results from these sorts of collagen stimulation treatments?
So the less downtime you get with a treatment, so the more like natural, low-key treatment, the longer it's going to take for you to see results and the more treatments you need.
Ah.
Usually you will see the best results of it, for example, 6 to 9 months after
Mm,
treatment.
okay.
I'd got it done for my wedding. So if you are essentially prepping for a big event as well, don't expect these treatments just to do magic
Mm.
overnight. You really, really need to plan ahead for these treatments. But going back onto like when people can see the results, if you are having collagen induction treatments, the older that you are as well, the harder it's going to be for your body to make that collagen. So just really manage your expectations. Don't compare yourself to your friends, different treatments, different practitioners, different bodies, but you just do have to give it months after the treatment to see results. And sometimes you actually forget what you used to look like. So I have patients who come in and like, oh, I don't think I've seen anything. But then the good news is we take clinical photos and you can kind of show them, look,
Ta-da.
yeah, because you don't see these tiny changes every day in yourself.
Exactly. Well, if you're looking at yourself every single day when you're doing your skincare and makeup,
Yeah.
then
And the feel of your skin is really important as well because remember, collagen makes skin feel more elastic and plump.
yes.
So it's not just the look of it, it's the feel as well.
We've all seen social media horror stories. What red flags should people watch out for when choosing a practitioner?
I think Australia is a little
Yeah.
bit better than other countries. Like in the UK, you can have a beautician with very minimal experience performing quite high risk treatments, for example. In Australia, it's doctors and nurses only. However, there are some beauticians that can perform some of these energy based devices and needling treatments as well.
But they're not like allowed to go to depths that,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So they do have their limitations, and with limitations comes like results variations. The one thing I would say is that look, you have to be able to manage complications. That's the most important part. So if you are going to someone, doesn't matter how many years they've been doing this for, do they manage their own complications or do they have to give you to a doctor to manage your complications, right? So
How would you figure that out though?
most nurses would have to have a prescribing doctor to prescribe medication to manage complications. So if you did go to, for example, a nurse, and I've got lots of great nursing colleagues who are very good at doing this, but they will need a doctor to manage any complications that comes
Yes. Okay.
in terms of prescription, unless they are a prescribing nurse, which there's not many of them in Australia based on training. So it's really important to be really confident in your practitioner. You know, complications do happen. These treatments have got risks.
Everything does,
everything
yeah.
does. So you just got to go to someone that can manage you in terms of your treatments, your aftercare.
Word of mouth is always really good.
Absolutely.
Like
Word
just
of
ask
mouth.
people that you trust or
Yeah.
whose face you like.
Yeah.
And I always say look at the practitioner's face because it's subjective, of course, of what you think is beautiful and
Yeah. And beauty is objective and subjective.
exactly.
So definitely.
But so if you think that if your practitioner has got way too much or like I think just it's a good sort of guide of if you've both got the sort of same.
Yeah, a lot of patients say that actually.
Who is the ideal candidate for collagen stimulation?
So the ideal candidate, I would say, is probably someone in their 30s, in my
Yes, okay.
opinion, because you're on the, you're still getting your menstruation cycle. You're still menstruating. You've still got your estrogen. Estrogen is directly linked to making more collagen. So the younger that you are, the more likely you are to make collagen, because you've got the estrogen on your side. So in your 30s, I would say is a really good age because you're starting to see the signs of aging a little bit and your body is still capable of making the collagen. Whereas if you are, post menopause, or perimenopause, your body will need a lot more treatments to make the same amount of collagen.
If you could ban one beauty trend or treatment myth from TikTok, what would it be?
Can I have two?
Yes, absolutely.
Beef tallow.
Oh my God.
Please get rid. Well, it's essentially a natural animal fat,
Cow fat
cow fat
that people are smearing.
Yeah, all over
on
their
their
face.
face.
Yes, and look,
They're
can-
also putting it on them as like a sunscreen. Oh, this
Oh,
is
just
protecting me
don't.
from the
No.
sun. No,
No.
it's
probably
not.
burning you.
Yeah,
Sizzling
sizzling
in the
you like
sun.
bacon or whatever.
Yeah.
What is it? Beef? Like a burger.
I don't know. I don't know where that's come from, but I think it needs to stop. Must stink.
As a vegetarian, yuck. Extra yuck.
Like I'm just like, yeah, there's so many better evidence-based products on the market. And there are like lots of different brands, like, oh, we're like extra clean and extra this and
No,
extra that.
you brewed it in your kitchen. It's not clean.
No, and the evidence, there's it doesn't exist. So let's just go towards evidence-based products. Number 2 is this like morning shed, like
oh my.
where they like kind of like demummify their faces from the
And their
night
whole body
before.
sometimes.
They don't have kids.
No,
they must
they
not have kids. I can't even apply moisturizer.
They also
at
must
the
be the
moment.
world's greatest sleeper. Like, I can't sleep in a comfortable bed
Yeah,
with nothing.
yeah.
So let
Like
alone.
the tape. Yeah, no.
with-
It just, can you imagine how much time you can save? Read a book or something.
Yeah, you could solve world hunger. You could. No, I shouldn't put that sort of pressure
Yeah.
on people. But it's not doing anything.
And
as
for
well.
people that don't know, it's when people go to bed with like a
17 million
a chin
things.
strap, a mouth tape, like forehead wrinkle, like patches.
With like their hair in
A bonnet.
And heatless curls, which if you can
They're
sleep, they're
cute.
fine.
Let's keep those.
But like this is the adding of, and then they'll
Yeah.
sleep with like a girdle around their middle,
Yeah.
and like everything is just taped and locked into place. Like,
yeah.
what happens if someone breaks into your house? Well, they'd
Literally.
actually run. Actually, it could be really good
It
for
could be
that because
good,
they'd
yeah.
just run straight
But
out.
there's zero evidence. Zero evidence.
Mm.
Waste of time. Other
Everyone's
things
like,
we can
I
do.
looked better. Well, I think that just putting on your morning skincare, having a cold shower, you'd get the same results.
Honestly, a decent retinol in the evening
Yeah,
is going to
sunscreen in the
increase
morning.
your cell turnover. Sunscreen in the morning. Maybe add a vitamin C if you want.
What trends do you see for 2026 in
So-
the industry?
I think the skincare is getting more and more innovative with what we can do at home as well. So I think better skincare in terms of pigmentation, in terms of collagen stimulation, very likely. I think exosomes as well. For anyone that doesn't know, exosomes can be topical in your skincare or it could be topical in clinic treatments, which kind of think about them like little messengers that send signals to the cells in your body to repair and regenerate. They can be found in both skincare and in clinic treatments. They've already been a big hype about them, but I think there'll be probably more companies coming out with different brands. Hopefully some really good data as well will come about from them as well, because they're fairly new treatments, so we are still pending really good research behind them as well. So I'm hoping that will make a better come through for more informed decision making for patients.
Well, we'll have to get you back next year then so we can talk more about that.
See what we've got up to.
Thanks so much for watching. If you have a guest idea that you'd love to see on the formula, please let us know down below. Bye.